Even if producers at the History Channel knew they'd struck gold when they cast the stars of Mountain Men, they couldn't have predicted just how rich the vein they'd hit. Here are just a few tidbits of trivia that never made it to television screens, all about the toughest guys in the world. Eustace Conway's school beef. Inspired by Henry David Thoreau, Eustace Conway ran his North Carolina-based nature school on his own property for over 2 decades without incident. But in February 2012, county officials claimed they discovered some safety violations and shut it all down.
The county government has issued Eustace a cease and desist order telling him to shut down his nature school, saying his buildings don't meet code.
Conway and his staff were shocked at the county's sudden crackdown, since he said that the county's previous inspections hadn't ever found any problems.
We've never had anybody hurt by one of the buildings. We've never had any health issue here. And so, after 26 years, that's a pretty strong statement.
He and his staff didn't see how they could comply with the new demands.
If we complied to everything that the county is requesting, we would cease to exist as we are. It's just not an option.
Conway thought he'd been wronged and took his fight to the courts. Fortunately, the state stepped in and passed a law providing an exemption for his school in 2013. Not very neighborly. About 10 months into Conway's dispute with the county, he got into a fight with his neighbor, Margaret A. Palms. She told the High Country Press that they were once good friends until Conway disputed the property line they'd shared for years. The argument reached a head in December 2012, and Palms told the press, "He went and tied our gate shut so we couldn't get out, and he put posters all over our gates, mailboxes, fences. Then he put big wooden barriers so we couldn't get out. He just kind of went nuts." But Conway got another good break. In May of the following year, the High Country Press reported that the charges had been dismissed. Tom Orr's one-day audition. People who live off the land are unfairly stereotyped as being a little crazy. But indeed, some folks who decide to go off the grid are gifted with more of that special something that makes for great reality TV. Take Tom Orr, for example. On the recommendation of Orr's neighbor, Mountain Men followed him around for a day before they decided he had to be on television. Of course, they didn't take into account some of the things that they might have to endure, like follow him on a 3-day hunting expedition whilst carrying 25 pounds of camera equipment. If anyone was crazy in this situation, it might have been the crew. Orr's business boom. Unlike some reality television personalities, Tom Orr has adjusted pretty well to his newfound fame, selling moccasins, custom knives, and other wilderness goodies. Mountain Men's Orr cleans up as viewers have started clamoring for his goods. If you're interested in buying some of it, however, we have bad news. Orr doesn't have an internet presence, which means you have to get your butt out to Yark, Montana if you want some genuine merchandise. If he's not sold out, that is. Charlie Tucker's house was a local attraction. Before Mountain Men started, Charlie Tucker was already a local celebrity in North Maine woods. Not only did everyone in town know about the guy who built a cabin with his own hands, his house was also one of 2 stops on a day-long tour. After taking the tour themselves, producers saw in Tucker a willpower and stubbornness that told them he had to be on their show. Protector of the people. Years before he gained fame on Mountain Men, Rich Lewis was already hailed as a hero in Montana for his reputation for mountain lion fighting. In 2007, a mountain lion ran amok in Twin Bridges, Montana, killing 2 dogs. Had it been left alone, there's no telling what it would have done next. Fortunately, the Departments of Fish, Wildlife and Parks reached an agreement with Lewis and set him loose on the cougar. He took it out before it could harm any other animals, or worse, someone's child. Rich Lewis's dog delivery. In season 4 of Mountain Men, Lewis lost his best friend, his dog Brandy. Bill Lane, Dan Turner, and Lucas Sims, all fans of the show, knew they needed to do something, so they bought him a new canine companion. To make this heartfelt gesture, the trio journeyed 1,700 miles to Lewis's off-the-grid homestead. It's good for local business. When the History Channel decided to send camera crews to follow Lewis and Orr through remote areas of Montana, they probably didn't anticipate the good it would do. Rather than send their own crews out into the wild, producers hired the local Warm Springs Productions crew to film the wilderness buffs. By 2013, the company employed roughly 70 people and needed to move into a larger facility. In addition, Mountain Men led to other gigs like filming for the Travel Channel's Making Monsters. Marty Meierotto, lifesaver. Because of the public's fascination with these rugged outdoorsmen, newspapers and magazines have taken upon themselves to find out more about them. This isn't always a good idea. Field and Stream magazine sent Bill Heavey to spend some time with Marty Meierotto. As the writer followed Meierotto around during an Alaskan winter for 3 days, he quickly discovered he was out of his element. At one point, Heavey tried to make it back to Marty's cabin on his own and got lost. Luckily, Meierotto knew what he was doing and was able to save the reporter from becoming a popsicle. Thanks for watching, subscribe to our YouTube channel to watch more videos like the one you just saw, and leave us a comment to let us know which Mountain Man fact surprised you the most.